We just got done watching episode 5 of The Penguin, and man, whoa. Like I said earlier, this show is just banger after banger after banger. It's honestly insane how good each one of these episodes are. It gets better and better with each episode as well as the narrative continues to build, as this world continues to manifest around Oswald Cobb and everyone else in it. It's just, damn, this show does the due diligence to make it fantastic time after time and time again. I love the way that Oz is like this mentor figure to Vic, and now that Vic has kind of decided on being with the Penguin, on rocking with the Penguin, now that he's made that decision, every decision that he makes from now on is different. We were talking about it at the beginning, how a lot of people are kind of seeing Vic not making it out of this episode and or make it out of this season. A lot of people are thinking that Vic is gonna die, and I just don't. If Vic does die, I don't think it's going to be by the hand of the Penguin. That's how I feel. I feel like he may die. I feel like he may go on to the upper room, but I do not think it will be because of Vic. Man, and I can't forget that we had our first mention of TikTok in this universe as well. Kind of wild that TikTok exists within Gotham and stuff like that. I don't know why, but that's just wild. You would think that they would make something else for it, but they didn't. Penguin continues to just think on his feet in this episode. He pulls up to the tattoo shop where the Maroney's son is and straight up kidnaps this man. Like, they kidnap him quick, fast, and in a hurry. And even right when he's about to get away, guess who comes and saves the day? It's our guy Vic. Our guy Vic is actually the one that captures him. So it can be said that he's also kind of behind the reason why he's dead. Because if he never caught him, then he would have got away and he wouldn't be dead now. So, Vic is definitely, and even right here at this moment, we can see that Vic is definitely showing a different side of himself that we really don't see too often and that we really haven't seen before. He really throws bro on the ground and then he just tries to, he's struggling with him and he just starts, he gives him the 1-2 punch. And that's not a side of Vic that we know. That's not a side of Vic that we have seen before. So to see that he's here and that he's doing these things, bro, it's like, okay, I think that Vic is really coming to terms with what it means to be a mobster or to be on the up and coming of being a mobster. And I love the fact that the Maroney wife just straight up knows that she's messed up. You can see it all up in her face. You know what I mean? That she is just so sick, by what's happened. What your wife stole from me. I want my shrooms. You know what I mean? Like, she has made the mistake of messing with the Penguin, right? And that's what I love, that he's, he makes his point very seriously here, right? He even tells Maroney to put his dick away because he's mad about his son being kidnapped. He's like, hey, bro, this is just business. Let's not get emotional here, okay? Give me back my shrooms. You get back your son. Plain and simple. Like, I love the way that the Penguin is now being the Penguin. He is now himself acting like a mob boss, has people working with him, for him, and etc., and so on and so forth. It's like, I love to see him be put in these situations. I love when he's able to think on his feet and make the best decision possible. And you could argue that maybe he didn't make the best decision possible by trying to get a guard to off Maroney later on in this episode. That's definitely a wild thing to do. But, look, the face of Penguin as well, when he realizes that Sophia has murdered her entire family, it's just like, bro, he's like, okay, maybe I should be worried. And it's like, yes, bro, you 100% should be worried, Penguin. You did this. You have caused this to happen. But he also says that, I wanted this to happen. I know I caused this to happen. It's very... Once again, I think Oz just bullshits so much it's hard to know when he's ever being honest, when he's ever being serious, when the things that he are saying are actually true. Because he believes his lies as well, which I think his woman tells him in this episode also, are you starting to believe your own BS right now? Like, we got to get past that, and I love that Sophia, quickly turns everything around on the police chief when he's interviewing her about the death of her family. Because, she did just get out of Arkham, and she was convicted of murdering multiple people. So it is a little suspicious that, they're all dead now. You know, like they're all dead now. So, I'm very, you know, it was just really dope to see the way that she also thinks on her feet and can maneuver and flip things all the way around and which away and this away and that away and you know, I love the way that she finesses Johnny Vitti into like, hey, I'm gonna work for you now. And of course, at the first chance he gets later on in this episode, he immediately starts undermining her in front of everybody, obviously, like he was going to do. And I'm pretty sure she knew he was going to do it too. So what does she do? Bow! Takes his ass out, as she should. You know what I mean? Because let's be honest, like he's not a good fella. You know, he was just saying whatever he could to survive, doing whatever he could to survive. I said this earlier on in the episode, but I do not trust this woman right here. I just do not trust her. She's going off. She's mad about things, and I understand what she's mad about, but at the same time, it's just like, hey man. You know what you're getting. You know what you're in. You know what I'm saying? You know how mob shit works. And that's why I feel like she's also playing the game of the mob shit. I just don't trust her. She left in the club. You know, in the club, we all fam, but she ain't fam in the club. You know what I'm saying? That's how it is. You know, she ain't fam in the club. And that's just how it feels. You know, I don't know. I just don't trust her, bro. I just don't trust her. I feel like she's the reason behind a lot of the things that are going on. Why Oz and Sophia got straight up hemmed up at the end of last episode, you know, all of that. I just feel that that's what's going on there. And again, I'm loving to see Oz kind of finally getting together, getting his group together, getting his team together, getting his peoples together, riling them to his cause. You know, it just makes me ready for whatever's coming next, because it's looking like we're gonna have a Maroni slash Gigante versus the Penguin, you know what I mean? Versus the Cobbs. Cobb is a terrible mafia name, by the way. So, it's just like, bruh, I don't know. I really don't know where we are going to go next with this show, because there's so much happening. And I love the way that the Penguin obviously is trusting Vic so much more, trusting him with his mom. Like, a lot of people may not see how deep that is, but the fact that he trusts Vic to protect his mother, that just shows us how much he's come a long way. And I did see some people saying that trust that he's giving Vic is the exact reason why Vic is going to end up getting murdered by the Penguin. But I just don't know what, if Vic is serious about this newfound person that he has become, this new young mobster dude. Like, if all of that is real, then yeah, buddy. I guess I don't see their relationship coming to a dreadful end anytime soon. I could see Penguin's mama going down or something like that, but you know, unless they go for Vic or something, or unless one of Vic's old enemies come through trying to look for him, I really don't know what's gonna happen. You know what I'm saying? I really don't. And it was definitely interesting to see the way that Calvin's older brother pulls up. You know, he pulls up in this episode, obviously remembering everything and everyone. I wonder how Penguin is going to spin that. My thought process on Calvin's brother is that it's very possible that Penguin tries to indoctrinate them into his gang. You know what I mean? Since they're already drop salesmen and he already kind of runs that area. Penguin's in the area. I could see something like that happening, or him having to murder Bo. I could see that happening as well. You know, I could definitely see that. But switching back to a different gear, I really love the heart-to-heart moment between Sophia, Falcone, now Gigante, and of course with Johnny Vitti. I love the way that he starts trying to call to her emotions and play on those emotions of her mother and how she felt about her mother and how much she loved her mother, or loved her mother, and the fact that he's like, yo, I loved your mother too. You know what I mean? Like, I loved your mother. I tried to get her to run away, but she didn't. I would not be surprised if he's actually the reason why she's dead, because he's the one that told Carmine everything, and maybe that's one of the reasons why he has become an underboss. You know what I mean? I don't know. But it definitely seems fishy. Everything seems real fishy around Johnny Vitti and Carmine Falcone. And I can't lie. I'm happy that they're all gone at this point. I love the way that she tortured him as well. Super, like, trapping him in a mausoleum and telling him that he won't get a plaque. Like, that's crazy work. She is such a menace to society in the realest possible way. We also continue to see the way that the Penguin's mother is, her her mind is kind of losing it. She's kind of losing it slowly but surely. We only see her in these happier moments when she's back in the day, right? Like she only sees these. We only see her happier when she's like thinking that her other sons are still alive and all these other things. We have not seen her like that since they died, which kind of leads me to think maybe possibly, Penguin did have something to do with it. We also see that she has like these sticky notes up everywhere in her house to help her remind herself, something that is very prominent with like dementia patients and elderly people that do start to lose some of their thoughts and recognitions and all of that stuff. This show does the due diligence to capitalize on all of those things. You know what I mean? On all of them, bro. And I love her and Vic's interactions with each other because, of course, Vic is like trying to do everything to make Penguin happy, but also his mama is crazy. His mom is crazy. And then, of course, we see the assassination attempt on Sal. Yo, me and BZ were absolutely mind blown that he survived this because I think we were both waiting for Sal to get murdered in this show. And, when we see this happening, and he's like, yo, Oz sends his regards. It's like, oh, yeah, Buddy is going to be dead-zo. But nah, bruh, he didn't die. He kept on kicking. He kept on kicking at that point. And I love the way that Oz is maneuvering right now. He's trying to do all these things at once. He's like, okay, take out the Maronis. Sophia's taking out the Falcones. Let me take out the Maronis. You know what I mean? Like, it's like he's almost trying to work with Sophia, even though he's not working with Sophia. He's trying to capitalize on the things that she's done. In the wake of the confusion of the death of the entire Falcone family. And I love that. And Bros is 1,000 steps ahead, obviously, right? He covers bruh in gasoline, which has to be one of the smartest things to do ever. Because it's like, bruh, just in case y'all try to get me, bruh, y'all going down. But of course that idea comes with consequences, right? So, after they see the drugs and all the stuff happens, they send in their backup people to try to take them all out and whatnot. It doesn't work. It don't happen. And then what does Oz do? Oz do what Oz does. He's catching bodies left and right. Everybody catching bodies. Bodies, him, her, him. You know what I mean? He's doing the damn thing. And then let it burn, yo. He lets it burn for show. And that's something that I definitely did not expect. I did not expect for them to die. And of course, her being a mother, she's not going to leave her son behind. And look at that look in Oz's face. Like, he's literally watching them burn. He's literally watching them burn. Look at that. Oh my God. Like, so much. Yeah. Like, God damn. I'm terrified. I'm not even going to lie. And look at him. He's just watching them die, bro. He's caught up in it, bro. He's caught up in it. And I love that he's so caught up, bro. I love that. I love how evil we're getting to see Oz truthfully be. Like, Oz is evil, bro. He is not a good guy. No one is good in this show. Like, Sophia's not good. Like, he's not good. And we have seen no good guys. Not even the cops. I still don't think we've seen any good cops in the show, even with the introduction of the police chief. You know what I'm saying? Like, bruh, it's crazy. It's crazy. And then, of course, but like I said, all of Penguin's decisions come with huge backlash. So all of the mushrooms end up being done data, or at least most of the mushrooms, right? We see him go through the mushrooms, looking at him. He's like, no, bruh, ain't no way. I'm honestly not sure what made the mushrooms kind of deteriorate in this manner. I don't know if it was the smoke, the fire thing. I don't know what the hell it's called, but I think that stuff going directly on the mushrooms probably wasn't good for them. I didn't know that they would die that fast or anything. Like, that definitely was wild. I didn't expect that by any means necessary. So we're definitely the show is moving along quite well, right? I mean, we see that he moves the mushrooms, like all the stuff is going. All of the stuff is going, and I love it. So, And so Oz tells Vic to kind of get up out of here and go take his mom somewhere safe. And then we switch to Sophia. I am so sus of Julian Rush. I cannot explain to you more how creepy this dude is. Like, he gives off these vibes that's just unwelcoming. He's very, I don't know, man. I don't know. And that actor is a good actor as well, because he's been in a ton of stuff. I've never felt that way about him before. So he's definitely purposely bringing on this menace type of, I don't know, bro. It just makes me, like, look at the way he walks up on Sophia right here. Look at the way he's looking at her. Like, bro, I'm uncomfortable, bro. Take several steps the hell back. You know what I'm saying? But it does seem to be that he will be indoctrinated into this new Gigante family that Sophia is trying to run, which we get a little bit more of an understanding in this scene later on, right? So she puts on her mother's beautiful fur coat, bruh, and she struts her way into the room as she always does. I mean, if Sophia don't be doing nothing, it's strutting. You feel me? She be strutting. And she pulls up in front of everybody, struts through the same way she did when she was about to kill her family, which should have been Johnny Viti's first hint that something terrible was going on. And of course, he's standing at the head of the table, because why wouldn't he be? He's all trying to do his thing, and she looks at him in a very different way, And then she proceeds to give a dope-ass monologue. Like, for years, this is what's been going on. Everybody's been doing this. I promise you guys that all of this is going to happen. And then, Johnny, he doesn't understand his role. He didn't understand his place. I mean, at this moment, when the woman that just murdered everyone that you knew, you would think that he would, I don't know, mince his words a little bit better. Not run his stupid ass mouth. But he can't help it. He's Johnny Viti. He got to say something. He got to do something. And he just yaps his way to death. He yaps himself into an early grave, unfortunately. I've been waiting for it, too. I ain't gonna lie, because that guy sucks. But it's hilarious to see how differently he feels about everything. Once she's like, yo, the Falcones are dead. It's Gigante up in here now. Like, all this is what's going on. And you can see that she's fired up. And look at this man. He really thinks that he can yap his way and interrupt what she's saying and what she's doing. Like, bruh, this is not your time to shine, bruh. This is not your time to interrupt a line, Like, and look at him. Look at him. He's like, shut the hell up. Bow! You're dead. You're dead. Look at what you've done. And I love the way the dude behind him is like, oh, fuck. Just a lot of attention to detail here. He's like, oh, good God. And then she's like, yo, we're Gigantes now, bro. And I love that. I don't know how big the Gigantes may be in the comic books, I'm not really sure. I'm not going to lie, I don't know if I've ever really heard the name Gigante like that, and maybe I have, and I'm not thinking of it. It's not connecting for me. But after this, we see Vic, and we see Calvin's brother, bro. Calvin's brother, yo. If y'all don't remember who Calvin is the boy, the young boy that Sophia murdered in cold blood within the episode where she was talking to Vic about what happened to her brother before he pinned everything on the Maronis, right? Like, man, I guess she knows that Vic has something to do with it as well, so she's probably going to be gunning after him too. Just thought of that right now. Ain't nobody safe. I love the way that Mama Cobb is like, what you scared of this boy for? You know what I mean? Why are you scared of him? Like, come on, get it together. And he's like, yo, will you please shut up? Come on, let's move, let's go. And I do think that Calvin's brother, Squid, will be pulling up, will be an important part of the future of this show for sure. I really do think so. It makes... It seems like the thing to happen because, we have been doing quite a bit. A lot has been going on. And we see that Oz is going to need a new gang. He's going to need something. He's going to need somebody on his side, someone to push the drugs, someone to do all of the things. And Squid clearly sees that, he clearly sees what's going on. So, and he lets it happen. So all of that means something to me. I'm hoping that Squid doesn't become an issue in the future. I hope he actually becomes part of the solution because he was such an issue before. You know what I mean? I hope they're kind of seeding that in there in that type of way. And then, we go after we're at Calvin's apartment, which I think could have been the worst hiding spot to go to because you know, Squid knows where Calvin's apartment is. But yeah, and then of course I don't trust this woman. I don't trust this woman, y'all. I just don't trust her. There's no way you can. Like she just seems so shady. And I feel Oz. I know why Oz was set tripping. You know what I mean? I know. He's like, after everything I've done for you. You know what I mean? I mean, you know, you got to look from a mobster's point of view. You can't look from regular human eyes. And I love, look at that, bruh. The way that he looks at people when they do him dirty or when he feels he's been cheated. It's like, bro, you better be careful. You better look out and you better run and hide. You know? You better run and hide, yo. And then something happened that I did not expect. Not only is Salvatore still alive, right, which is crazy, and of course he's mourning his wife, but beautiful Sofia Gigante pulls up. Damn, look at that. That was a beautiful transition. But you know, they pull up and she's like, yo, let's merge our families, kill Oz, and take over Gotham. I know Oz didn't see that coming. I know no one saw that coming. They're making amazing, like, the writers are going crazy with this show. And then, of course, Oz's mom also does him dirty after he was just done dirty by the woman that he loves. I mean, yo, bruh can't catch a break. She wanted nothing to do with Oz, and neither did his mama. Both of the women in his life just didn't care anything about what he was doing, who he was, none of it. They didn't want to rock with him. Honestly, I think it was supposed to be symbolizing how much they are losing faith in Oz to you know, actually come out on top with this. They don't think that he's going to win. They think he's going to lose. They think he's going to die. They think all of these things. They do not think he is capable of doing the things that he says he's capable of doing. And all the more reason for him to prove them all wrong. And we end the episode in an awesome way with Penguin going back to a place that you know, makes him remember, you know, him and his brothers used to chill at and be and you know, play at or whatever when they were kids. Also, possibly the place where his brothers died, just from the way that he was looking at different things, you know. But I love this place. I love the way it looks. I love everything about it, for real. I'm happy he has his new igloo, for lack of better words, and I hope that we do get to see it come into fruition more. Maybe we don't see it, you know, get fully built out here, but maybe this is where we come back to in the Batman 2. You know what I mean? I think it's very possible that we end up here for whatever reason in the Batman. Again, I don't know why, but I think it's very possible that we could end up back in his igloo, seeing all the things that he's doing there, and possibly be the place, you know, where he gets some more information, or where he gives up some more information to Batman. But yeah, yo, I really loved this episode. I thought this was an amazing episode. I think they're continuously doing fantastic things. I think someone in the chat said I have no idea where the writers are going with this one because I'm kind of rooting for everybody, and I'm on that same field. I'm rooting for everyone right now, and I can't wait to see what ends up happening with this and where we end up going from this point on, because the possibilities are truthfully endless when it comes to the Penguin. Episode 6 is right around the corner. We are at the halfway point officially. So who knows where we go from here? But I want to know where you guys think we go from here in the comment section down below. Don't forget to drop all of your thoughts, theories, and questions on episode 5 of The Penguin.
If you guys would like to support Mark Bros, all you gotta do is visit our website at www.markbros.com. Buy some merch. Represent the superfan. Or you can join our Patreon to get early access to content, patron-only scoops, giveaways, private Q&As, and those sacred watch parties. We appreciate you guys. We'll catch you on the next one. Excelsior.
On today's pop culture news update.